can't bring us down. In the chaos, we're ruining this town. Raise the horns, it's showtime now. Finest fellas will take a bow. But metal hearts will never yield. In the virtual arena, we own the field. We own the field. People tune in, watching the fight. Their energy streams igniting the night. With every riff, the crowd goes wild. Finest fellas, forever a child. With sweat on our brows, we won't back off. Together we rise, we'll never scoff. Raise the horns, it's showtime now. Finest fellas will take the bow. With metal hearts, we'll never yield. In the virtual arena, we own the field. We own the field. In this realm, we reign supreme. Finest fellas, living the dream. Raise the horns, it's showtime now. Finest fellas will take a bow. With metal hearts, we'll never yield. In the virtual arena, we own the field. People tune in, watching the fight. Their energy streams igniting the night. With every riff, the crowd goes wild. Finest fellas, forever a child. With sweat on our brows, we won't back off. Together we rise, we'll never scoff. Raise the horns, it's showtime now.
Hey there guys, what's going on? It's Finest Fellas here, welcome back to another live stream on the channel. Today we are doing some more hobbying. We're painting, we're chilling, we're having a good time, well, hopefully. And we'll just see how things go. Now, I spent a stupid amount of money and I went out and bought a whole bunch of paints. I got Dark Angels, I bought a whole bunch of them are contrast actually, funny enough. Some Dark Angels green, some Ball red, and I don't have a spot for them, so they're just gonna sit over here for now. I got some Hoeth blue. I got Imperial Fist. Whoopsies. I got Cantor blue. I then got Griffhound orange. Pink Horror. Lothern blue. Frostheart. Black Legion, but that's just to replace the one I'm running out of, so it's not new. Not new to me anyway. I got some Shish purple. I think that's how you pronounce that. Shish. I got some Tyrian blue, or Tyran blue, however you say that. I got some Ultramarines blue. I got some Dawnstone. And last but not least, I got some Flayed One Flesh. So, a whole bunch of new paints. But I'm not going to be using much of that today because I am still working on the metals and all the metal bits for my my infiltrators here. So, we've got a lot of work to do. And then I've got my suppressors, my snipers. Did I actually... No, I haven't done the metals and the snipers yet. None of them. Nope. None of them. Right. So yeah, that's all I'm doing today, guys. I'm just going to carry on doing all the metal bits. One thing I do need to do today, actually, guys, is I need to go back over some of the guys I've missed. And I need to put metal on these straps on the back. Because I was playing Space Marine yesterday. Space Marine 2 as the Vanguard class, which is basically an infiltrator. And these bits are actually metal. So I need to go ahead and do that today. I'm gonna get me lead belcher. I'm actually gonna come over here real quick. And I am going to chuck the heating up because even though it is a nice day outside, it's kind of cold in my flat. And I don't like being cold. So let me chuck this through the vibrator real quick. I've just got a lot of painting to do, so I figured why not stream it. Let's mix up that metal paint nice. I did redo my wet palette here, so I'm hoping it's going to be cooperative with me today. I'll do to start us off. Okay, and we're just gonna get to it pretty much. So yeah, all these straps at the back here, they are all metal. So I've just got to be very careful. I might need to put my glasses on today because my eyes are very tired. And I don't know why, it's not like I've really done much, but I was out in the sun a fair bit today. And my eyes, they just don't react well to natural light anyway. So I think I've exhausted my eyeballs. There's like a little notch in there. There we go. Right, so he's got another one up the other side. It's gonna be a bit more difficult because he's got that elbow in the way. Go. Is there anything else metal on this guy I should be doing? Not particularly. I'm trying to get a nicer point on my brush here. No, he's fine. Yeah, just gonna go back to these other guys and get the straps done on them. And on the other side. Got shaky hands today for some reason. Like I always have shaky hands, but they're more shaky than normal. I don't know why. Like maybe it's just not enough caffeine, or less caffeine than I usually have, or you know. Well, there's nothing particularly bothering me. I'm not stressed or anything like that. So I don't know why my hands are shakier than normal. I slept fine. Life is good. Why are my hands shaking so much? Stop it! You know when you try to talk to your body and you're commanding your body, it's like, will you stop it? Yeah, my hands are not cooperating with me today. But we will soldier on regardless. we go. So yeah, so I wanted to get those straps at the back done, because I did notice that they were metal. Now, I'm actually a little bit conflicted at the moment as to the leather for these infiltrators, because playing Space Marine 2 yesterday, I noticed, and I was actually saying this to Winifred, I was saying, I noticed that in the game they had black leather for their pouches and stuff, right? But I'm not the biggest fan of black leather. I would much rather practice doing my brown leather than doing just the black leather. Alderzone, hello, how are you? How goes the painting? Oh, I've just started my session for today, dude. I have just started my painting session. Remember how I was saying in the Discord I was gonna go out and spend money on at the Warhammer shop? Well, I did. I managed to resist buying models, but I did go out and spend about £50 on paint. So, not overly happy about that. But they were paints I did not have, so... I feel like General Grievous when it comes to paint, you know? It's just like, another one to add to my collection. But the painting's getting there, my dude. We're still working on the infiltrators. And I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to do the black leather, or if I want to do, like, brown leather. I don't know yet. How is your day going? Did you have a good weekend? You know, I've taken a few days off of hobbying because I've had my kid a lot over the last few days, and when I have my child, she exhausts me in the best way possible. I'm not saying that as a negative thing. In a good way, she saps all my energy. So, if I don't have any energy, I don't paint. Simple. Especially because, hang on. Especially because when I paint, I really need to concentrate on it. But yeah, I'm doing alright. Just painting away. Well, the thing is as well with black leather, I don't know if I particularly like the look of black leather on miniatures. I guess it depends on the model, though. What I might do is black leather for the infiltrators, and then I might do the brown leather on the Lieutenant and Phobos armor. I think. Trying to get the coverage on Lead Belcher is a right bitch sometimes. That's a lot of paint, but they will last for a while. It's not even that much paint, mate. I think, how many is it? 15 paints? And one of them was just a replacement for one I was running out of. So I got some more... Where is it? Nope. It's over here. So I got some more Black Legion because I was running out, right? But then I picked up Tyron Blue, I picked up Shish Purple, Frostheart, Dark Angels Green, Ball Red, Imperial Fist, Flayed One Flesh, Pink Horror, Horeth Blue, Cantor Blue, Ultramarines Blue, Lothern Blue, Griffhound Orange, Dawnstone. So yeah, I picked up a bunch. A few of them are contrasts, but, you know, the more I use contrast, the better I am at being able to manipulate them properly. Nah, I get you, last week was chaos at work, so basically no hobby time. Ooh, damn. Ah, contrast paints. Prices do add up. Yes. Yeah, a whole bunch of them were contrast paints. I did get some normal acrylics in there as well. But, yeah, I've been working a lot with some contrast paints. And the fact that I've had to go out and get a replacement for Black Legion, you know, should say something. It's my favorite black paint at the moment. Like, it goes on really shiny, but it finishes nice and matte. And when I learned that, I liked it a lot more. Because when I first started using it, I didn't like it because it went on really shiny. I was like, oh no, this isn't the black I'm after. I don't want a shiny black, you know? So when I let it dry and I was like, okay, I've got to find something else to use. But when it dried and it finished nice and matte, I was like, oh, holy crap, this is amazing. And because it responds really well to Lamy and medium. So if you want it a little bit thinner, then it's absolutely fantastic for that. Right, now just to do the rims of the power pack. I don't know why my hands are so shaky today, dude. Right, he's got a lot of grenades on him. I need to do these little straps at the back as well. You know, I was actually saying to Winifred, because he joined me for a bit of Space Marine 2 last night, I was saying to him that I really think I nailed that Space Marine 2 blue. Like, it doesn't look too good on camera, but in person you can see the shadowing a lot better because I've got a big bright light shining down on my model at the moment for my hobbying. You know, on the camera you don't get to see too much of the shadow. But, yeah. I think I really nailed that blue. It could be a bit darker in places, sure. But overall, I quite liked my color scheme for my blue. I mean, that's the thing though, as long as I like it at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And I do, I quite like it. Okay. Now, Eddie was saying in the Discord as well to try out the Army Painter blues. Not blues, sorry, metals. The Army Painter metals. And that was a very interesting idea. So I might pick up on payday some of their metals and try them out. Now, this guy's got a grenade in like the worst place because I don't want to hit any of the blue. So, bear with me a second while I try and get a good angle on this. I'm not worried about hitting the bolt gun, I can just go over that with black, but it's the blue that's the hardest to fix. What do you think, Alderzone? Do you think I should do the black leather, or should I do brown leather? For these guys. Because like I was saying, they are depicted as having black leather. Okay, that's one grenade done. This guy has a lot of grenades. Army Painter Fanatic paints are good. They've really improved compared to their old range. Yeah, that's what everyone keeps telling me. I did try their old range years ago, and I fucking despised it. I really, really did not enjoy Army Painter back in the day. But everyone keeps telling me that this new Fanatic range is really good. So, it makes me interested to try it. Let's try and get the ring on this grenade. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is open up the Elixir of Life. Hayden, what's going on, man? How you doing today, mate? You alright? Maybe brown. Yeah, I was thinking brown leathers as well, but we'll see. Well, I'll see when I get around to doing the leathers. If you have spare bits of the pouches, maybe paint both black and brown. See which one you like. And also, what's up? Yeah, it's not a bad suggestion. I don't actually have any spares. I put all the pouches on these guys when I made them. But what I might do... What I might do is, for this guy with like the medical device in his arm, I might give him the brown leather on all his stuff. And see how I like the look of it. And then the usual infiltrators, I might just give the black. Or at least I'll do one of them in black and see how I like that. The thing is, I'm not very good at highlighting black. You know, like the edge highlighting and stuff, to give highlights to the black. I'm not very good at that. I don't know what colors to highlight black with. But we'll see. So there was a grenade there, grenades on his back. On his bum. This guy has grenades for days. Not too worried about hitting the leather pouch, but I'll try and be as neat as possible. But yeah, anyways, how's your day going, Hayden? What day are we on now? Wednesday? I think we're on Wednesday now. Week's going by quick. Okay, for some reason this metal is very thinned. Shouldn't be that thin down. It's alright, I might just have to go over it again if it is that thin. Now, I'm going to do this detail that he's got on his butt here next to the grenades. I'm going to do that gold. Just got to get the top of his grenade. has anyone in the chat recently used Nuln Oil? It's a wash. It's a black wash that Citadel do. Has anyone used Nuln Oil? Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to go over those grenades again. That did not cover well. I'll let them dry first instead of agitating it. Right, we've got these antennae. Now, the reason I ask if anyone's used it, Older's saying that he's used it for his Outriders. Now, so you've used it recently. Okay, so the reason I ask is because I remember way back in 4th edition, when I was painting my Imperial Guard, right? I remember Nuln Oil being a much darker shade. Like, really, really dark. Now, with their new recipe for Nuln Oil, it's... I don't even know what the correct word would be. Weak? I want to say like it's very weak now. It's nowhere near as dark as it used to be. Like, do you get that feeling like it's not as dark as it used to be? Because I used to love Nuln Oil. Not anymore. I have to look at some of the shades from Army Painter, I think. Their dark tone shade is supposed to be really good. Or is it strong tone? Dark tone, strong tone? One of those two. Not overly familiar with the Army Painter names. Hayden has used Nuln Oil, the new recipe, but I currently use the Too Thin Coats range. Ah, interesting. It flows better, yeah, so less staining, but also less of an effect. Yeah. Yeah, because Nuln Oil used to pool and stain like a bitch. It was difficult to work with, but I did prefer the darker shade it gave me. Now, the reason I got Dawnstone today is because somebody was saying to me it's a good color to highlight black with, to do edge highlighting, especially on bolters. Because that's something I don't really do, is edge highlight. But I am looking to practice, experiment a bit more with new techniques. So we'll see how it goes. My sister had the Nuln Oil, the old Nuln Oil, but she spilled it by accident. No! I've never spilled Nuln Oil, but I did spill my old Black Legion contrast. I don't know if that means I'm part of the club or not. Alright, he's got a little aerial over here. Now, I've only just noticed, that's not actually the full helmet, that's a half helmet. And I'm very, very bad at faces, so what I'm probably going to do for these faces, guys, is when I get round to it, I'll paint them white, And then I'll probably just go over it with Gulliman Flesh, or I've got this Army Painter one. What's it called? That's not it. Warrior Skin. One of the two. I'm not sure which one yet, but I'll choose one. Any other metal bits apart from the bolter? Nope. I think we're on the bolter now. But yeah, I've got a lot of work to do on these guys, so I am trying to get through this combat patrol as quickly as possible, because I know that me streaming over and over and over and over again the same models is going to get a bit tedious for some people. But they have to get done, and I want them done to a good standard. And then what I'll do is I'll probably get the general consensus on what we should work on next. So I do have plenty of stuff to get through. I have Lieutenant Titus, or Lieutenant Titus, depending how British you want to be. Lieutenant Titus. I also have Marneus Calgar. I have that tank that needs to be done. Well, it's not really a tank, it's a transport, but I've got that to do. I've got the Leviathan box to do. What else have I got? Leviathan box having both the Space Marines and the Tyranids in there needing to be done. I have my Tau Combat Patrol to do. I've got my 10-man squad of Kriegsmen I need to get done. So, you know, lots and lots to do. So for everyone that's in the chat, what was the hardest skill in miniature painting for you to learn? For me, because I haven't actually learned how to do edge highlighting yet, so I don't count that for me. I haven't really done much of it yet. So for me, in my arsenal of stuff that I use a lot, it was dry brushing. It was very difficult for me to learn dry brushing. How much paint to use, you know, how hard I should be, how soft I should be, etc., etc. For me, it was dry brushing. And I'm sure my edge highlighting, as soon as I figure out the right colors to use, it won't be that bad. Mixing a bit of grey to a skin paint is a great way to do stubble and buzz cut. Wait, what? Grey into a skin paint. I'll have to try and remember that. What, like glaze it on and build up the tone slowly, or how? edge and fine highlighting due to shaky hands. Oh, mate, Hayden, I got shaky hands too. I got really shaky hands today. And I'm thinking I maybe just don't have enough caffeine in my system, hence the monster. It's definitely not too much caffeine because I barely had any today. Alder's saying highlighting, still don't like it. Traditional edge highlighting, that is. I think we all have the same problem as edge highlighting. I think all of us are struggling a bit with the edge highlighting part. I think for me, it's finding the right colors to edge highlight with. I'm sure that if I was to practice the technique, just like any of the other techniques I've learned how to do, I'm sure I can get it done to an okay standard. But, yeah, I think it's for me is learning the shades. See, where that magazine is, I'll try and angle it right. You see where that magazine is, where all that blue is on the bolter? That's supposed to be metal. That is going to be a bastard to get to. Absolute. Second one would be doing faces, especially the eyes. Okay, so I don't count that as a skill that I struggle with because it's not something I really attempt. I just speed paint faces. You know, I use a contrast or a speed paint, and that's how I do my faces, right? Like, if I show you real quick, my Tigurius, my Chief Librarian Tigurius. On the bum. This is how I did his face, right? All I did for his face was a white bottom, so a white base coat. I did Gilliman flesh. And then I did some edge highlights real quick around the ridged areas of his face with, I think it was Kislev flesh. So I wouldn't really say I'm good at faces, so it's not really a skill I struggle with because I don't really do it. But that's how I did his face. I don't know what you guys think of that face, but that's what I did for him. This is by far one of my best minis, though. You know, I was a bit annoyed at the fact that the banner is meant to be blue on the back. I did look at it, it is meant to be blue, and I was like, oh, that's weird. Like, should it not be a different color? But no, it is meant to be blue. This is one of my best minis I've ever done. But what do you guys think of that face? Any good? Like, the closer it gets, the more you can see what I've done to it. But yeah, that's what I did to Tigurius. Whew. Hayden saying it looks good. So yeah, like I said, I kind of cheated the face on that because I used a lot of speed paint. Now, I've watched plenty of videos on YouTube of guys doing tutorials for faces. You know, like, they start with, like, Bugman's Glow, and then they work their way up through the shades and the triad and stuff. And that's great. But it's one thing to know the process, and it's completely another to try and replicate it myself. You know what I mean? But for me, it's the replicating it part. That I struggle with. I really need to get in there some more. Do you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to do the handle on the bolt pistol. I'm going to do that metal. I'm not worried about catching the pouch. I'm still going to try and be neat, but I'm not too worried if I catch it. It's just the blue we can't really touch. Thing is, with Tigurius's eyes, I know you were just mentioning his eyes, right? Like eyes on faces. His eyes are quite easy because all I needed to do was get that blue glowy effect on his eyes because he's a psyker, and that made it so easy to do his eyes, which I quite enjoyed doing. He is by far my best miniature. I'm hoping that when I do Calgar and Titus, that I can do equally as good of a job on their character, but I need to really get faces down properly. Excuse me. Because, obviously being hero characters, I want my characters to look really good, more than my rank and file. And like, it's Titus, you kind of have to have a good job on his face. I'm so sorry, guys. I need to go get my glasses, because my eyes are struggling today. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get my glasses. Alright then, I'm back. I've got my glasses. Got to do this old man style because my eyes suck. There we go. I can see! It's a miracle! Oh, the gift of sight! Oh, same. I usually put helmets on my Marines, but for characters, I think I'll have them without helmets. Yeah, so that's what I kind of do as well. Wherever possible, I will have helmets on my guys. Absolutely. But for characters, to make them stand out on the battlefield, I too like to have the helmets off. But then the problem comes with that is then trying to do their bloody faces. Why are my hands so shaky today? And for some reason my eyes won't focus either. See, that's one issue I do have with my eyes, is they do take a second to really focus on small details. And it can be a bitch when you're trying to miniature paint. There we go. Right. Are there any other parts of this I want to do metal? Not particularly. I'm just having a look at him. Give me a minute. Nope. Quite happy with the way he is. On to the next one! We've still got 2, 4, 6 more of these infiltrators to go. So it is more than likely, guys, that I'll be doing these infiltrators metal bits this whole stream, and depending how tired I am, and depending what time it is later on, when I finally get all the metal done, once I've done the metals, I will then move on to probably the golds. So that'll be mainly their pauldrons and any other of their decorative stuff that they have on them. Now, back in the day when I used to paint in 4th, I was never this careful with painting. I would literally sit there and in the space of an hour, slap a whole bunch of paint onto something and call it done. And I was like, yep, that'll do. But now, I try and take my time. And the thing is, for me as well, it's not just about the end result. I like to enjoy the process. Oh, this is the worst time to have an itchy face, come on. My body betrays me this day. I'll tell you what though, I was so tempted today, whilst I was at the Games Workshop, to go ahead and buy the Wardens of Ultramar. Is that what it's called, the box? The Wardens of Ultramar? It's got Captain Titus, it's got Chiron, it's got Gadriel, and it's got a whole bunch of other characters in there. I was very tempted. But I still have the Lieutenant Titus. And I still have the Calgar to do. Logan! What's going on, my dude? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. How are you? How was your weekend, Logan? Come on. Okay. I feel a sneeze coming on. Sneezing when you're miniature painting, it's never a good thing. It'd be like that walking into Games Workshop. Temptation everywhere. Yes. Yes. And I was actually having a chat with the guy that works there, and I've forgotten his name for the life of me. That was in there today. He's a really nice dude. And we were sat talking about Sigmar, because I was thinking about getting some Sigmar miniatures and stuff. And I said to him, because he knows I'm an Ultramarines guy. He knows I love the Ultramarines. And he was saying... obviously he was telling me about the Stormcast, and he was telling me about the lore and the setting, and I was like, do you know what, mate? When I played Total War Warhammer 1, 2, and 3, the faction I loved the most was with Archaon, the Ever-Chosen. And if I was to play Sigmar, I would play Chaos. As much as I love Loyalist factions in 40k, for Sigmar, I think I would choose Chaos. Titus, Gadriel, Matarius, and the Posse. That's the ones. That'll be the lot. But yeah, if I was to do that box, if I was to buy that box, I'd have to get really damn good at painting faces, because there's a lot of faces to paint in that box. And the thing is with my towel box as well, I just don't know what colors I want to do in my towel. I might just do my own color scheme for the towel. Because if I paint them all white and black, like the box art, it's going to be too samey to all the Stormtroopers and Clone Troopers I'll be doing with all the new Star Wars Legion stuff. You know? And I'd rather not sit here and do a whole Tau Combat Patrol black and white, and then go on to paint all my Stormtroopers and Clone Troopers, which are black and white. And there's a little bit of his grenade just hiding in there. Gotcha. Okay. We've got the straps on his back. And the other one. He's got grenades right in that chest piece. Why do they sculpt in the worst areas, honestly? It's good to make things up. Exactly, yeah. So if I do my Tau, I'm going to take a look at some Japanese color schemes and see what I like. Because I don't know about any of you guys that play video games, right? I'm a big lover, or at least I used to be, not so much recently, but I used to be a huge Total War fan. Used to love Total War. Again, not so much recently, but I loved the older Total War games. I quite enjoyed the Warhammer ones, to be fair. But They've had a few issues with some of their games recently. And one thing I loved about when I played Shogun 2 Total War, I played an absolute butt ton of Shogun 2, there was quite a lot of those bright, vibrant color schemes on the armors that I really, really enjoyed. So I'm going to take a look at some of those and then decide on what I want my Tau to be. I mean, that's the thing about the hobby, really, isn't it? You can paint them however you bloody want. Well, I could paint all of my Space Marines like a bright neon candy pink, and nobody could say anything because those would be my Marines. You know, I won't, because one, I don't think I could pull off pink armor very well. I don't think I could do the highlighting and shading of pink very well. And two, I don't really have the money to go out and buy a whole bunch of Space Marines just to paint candy pink. But that's what I really love about miniature painting. Within reason, you can really paint them however you want. The limit is your imagination. For Age of Sigmar, I'm personally going orcs, but you haven't even started them yet, which is fair. Like, I will say that the orc models for Sigmar, oh, they look amazing. They really do. Like, the Sigmar models in general, the model range is just sexy. Very sexy. But yeah, personally, I'm a Chaos guy for Age of Sigmar. Like, it just really comes down to... Now, I know it's in a different setting, but when I played the Total War Warhammer games, which were like old world stuff, you know, I just loved playing as Archaon and Kolek and Sigvald, like the Chaos Undivided factions, and just bringing around the end times. I was the end time, and I annihilated everyone in my path. It was so much fun. You know? But on top of that, like, sure, the Stormcast look fine. The dwarves look okay. I will say, I'm not a big fan of the elf models. But that's just me. But I think all the bad guy factions look really good for Sigmar. Like, the ogres look sick. The orcs, the chaos factions, the vampires. They all look really, really cool. Now, I've just got to be careful here, because I don't want to hit the blue. So if you bear with me a second, I might not talk much. Okay, there we go. Not so bad. Hayden, for me, I'm going for the Seraphon, the lizard men, for Age of Sigmar, because I like dinosaurs. Dinos are cool. Around. Dianathor. Around. Yeah, gotta love dinosaurs, man. A Dianathor. My kid loves dinosaurs. To be fair, so did I. I loved dinosaurs when I was a kid. Ah, there's so much right next to his blue. And yet somehow, fucking nailed it. I still haven't bought a hobby light. I went and spent all that money on more paints today, and what did I not do? I did not buy another hobby light. I think mainly because I haven't found one I really want. I haven't found one I think like, oh, I must have this hobby light because that would be so good. Like, this one's okay. But I need something just really, really bright. Come on. There we go. Lizardman Seraphon would be my close second, but my friend is interested in them, so I don't dare. Can't go wrong with most Age of Sigmar factions, really fantastic models. If someone brings out Nagash, half of the store knows it because it's such huge and amazing model. Isn't Nagash the god of death in Sigmar? Or am I talking up my arse? Now, I don't really know that much about the lore of Sigmar, but I'm sure that's the god of death that went to the other gods of death, killed them, ate them, and then became the only god of death, right? I could be wrong, but you know. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Do you have any more metal bits, sir? Narp. 5 down, 5 to go. Where to start on you? I always start... I'm hiccuping. I always start with the backpack. Or the power pack. I always start here. I don't know, if apart from Chaos, if I was to have to pick a second faction to pick, it's a hard choice for me. I'd probably say the Vampires, because I really like the look of their models. Them or... maybe the Ogres. Don't get me wrong, Stormcast are cool, but they're basically just Space Marines. And I already paint enough Space Marines. Yeah, God of Death, who is pissed at Sigmar for breaking the rules of mortality by making the Stormcast. Yeah. Oh dear. And the cool thing about the setting for Age of Sigmar as well is it's all like post-apocalypse. So always a cool setting. There you go. That's that bit done. Ay, ay, ay. Just gonna need a bit more lead belcher. This is like my ship brush that I use to scoop paint out and stuff. So I'm not too worried about that one. This brush is my workhorse. I do a lot of my miniatures. Just thin that down a bit more. There you go. Nice. The thing is, I don't spend a fortune on my brushes either. I use nice cheap brushes. The hobby is expensive enough as it is without having to buy stupidly expensive brushes. Like, my mentality behind brushes is my same with clothes, right? I don't exactly have the snazziest dress sense, but why spend an absolute fortune on something that something a lot cheaper can fulfill the same role? So it's my same with brushes. It's like, why buy a stupidly expensive brush when I can just buy a cheaper brush, take good care of it, and it will achieve the same damn thing. I don't buy expensive clothes at all. I know some people do, and that's fine, but I don't. Okay, now he's got some grenades. Oh, let's finish the backpack off first. We've got all these antennae to do. Is anyone else here a Star Wars fan by any chance? Just out of curiosity. Now, the reason I ask is because Star Wars Legion have recently announced a new battle force and a new faction coming to Star Wars Legion, which is the Army of the Mandalorians. And I think that's quite unique timing considering the movie for The Mandalorian is coming out soon. Mandalorian and Grogu movie. But yeah, so they get their own faction now, which is really cool. Because before, you could still field Mandalorians, but they were usually like add-ons. So similar to what the Grey Knights were back in the day for Warhammer, right? Is you could bring Grey Knights with your Space Marines, but they were just an addition to your Marines instead of them being their own chapter. And that's what Mandalorians have been for Star Wars Legion for some time now. Like, you could bring Mando, Din Djarin, for example. You could bring some of the other ones like Bo-Katan and stuff, and maybe a squad of Mandalorians. But you could never really field them as a whole army. Not really. Now you can, because they get in their own faction. Alderzone saying, I bought one expensive Kalinsky brush, didn't dare to use it, and a moth ate it because it was natural hair. Never again. I'd be saying to that moth as I'm trying to swat it with a slipper, I'm like, I hope you choke on it. Little bastard. Yeah, dude, these are all cheap brushes I get off of Amazon. They're cheap, they're good, natural hair, they do the job. These are not synthetics that I use. I do have synthetic brushes, but a lot of my work is with natural hair brushes. But yeah, when I've finished off a lot of my Warhammer miniatures and stuff, guys, I will be painting a lot more Star Wars Legion. Because I have a lot of old Star Wars Legion that me and my daughter are going to be doing. But I need to buy all the reprints and all the new prints for Star Wars Legion. And I will be painting them. Now, I've never actually gotten to play Star Wars Legion because there's just nowhere to do it in my city. There is only one hobbying place now, and that is the Games Workshop, which, of course, you can only play Games Workshop-related stuff. Which is obviously fine, it is what it is, but there is nowhere to play anything else. You are a Star Wars fan, but kind of fallen out of love for the franchise after the sequel trilogy, but I've been getting back into it. Yeah, like, we don't really talk about that sequel. That's not Star Wars. It may have the label of Star Wars, it may be set in the universe of Star Wars, but that's not Star Wars for me. It was that bad, I did not enjoy it. Now, saying that, I really enjoyed the Obi-Wan series, the Mandalorian series, Ahsoka. I enjoyed those. But I did not enjoy the sequel trilogy. At all. I don't think there was a single moment in the sequel trilogy where I was like, oh my god, this is amazing! Not once. Oh, what was that other one that had Jude Law? What was that one called? Skeleton Crew. What a dose of shit that was. Skeleton Crew was so bad. Had the potential to be really cool, but no, I really did not enjoy Skeleton Crew. What sequel trilogy? Exactly. Good man. Exactly. The Disney Plus shows are really good. Okay, maybe exception for Skeleton Crew. I mean, if you enjoyed the Skeleton Crew, I'm not going to sit here and tear you apart because you liked something I didn't. That's fine. Everyone's got their own tastes. Personally, my own opinion, I thought it was trash. But, you know, somebody might have a different opinion. Say, I actually really enjoyed Skeleton Crew, which by all means, that's fine. And I'll be perfectly honest, guys. The only reason I watched it in the first place was because Jude Law was in it. I usually enjoy the movies he's in. But, no, I did not enjoy Skeleton Crew. Like, one of my buddies, have you guys ever seen that Marvel movie, Captain Marvel? One of my buddies like, yeah, but Jude Law was terrible in Captain Marvel. I was like, are you kidding me? I thought he was great in Captain Marvel. But yeah, I did not enjoy Skeleton Crew. It had potential. I'm looking forward to Ahsoka Season 2. Ahsoka Season 2 should be really good. Andor is just magnificent. As a whole, yes. As a whole, I really enjoyed both seasons of Andor. But, I took issue with Season 2 of Andor, where, was it like a whole episode, he's literally just sat in the forest as a prisoner? As a whole, I really enjoyed Andor. It's slow though, like, I think I would have enjoyed it a lot more the first time if somebody had warned me. If somebody said, hey, Finest, you know, it's a really slow show, so, you know, buckle up and give it a moment to really settle in. I would have enjoyed it a lot more the first time. Because I had to go back and watch it a second time to really appreciate it. Eddie! Hola, ¿cómo está? Sorry, I don't speak Spanish. No hablo español. And before anyone asks, je ne parle pas français and nicht kein sprechen Sie Deutsch. I barely speak English on the best of days. Please do not ask me to speak another language. You know, unless you want me to just speak retard, I can do that. I can speak retard. I can speak retard, but I can't speak any other language. I'm sorry. That is just a taste of my dark humor, and I mean it just as a joke, so if anyone gets triggered by that, it says more about you than it does about me. 'Tis but a joke. Everyone's saying hi to Eddie. Hi, Eddie. Oh, by the way, Eddie, I want to say something to you. Why is my phone vibrating? It's all the way up there. I can't see the notification. Oh, it's gone. Hang on. What's going on? What did I miss? Oh, fuck off. It's just Subnautica gameplay. I want to say something to you, Eddie. How the hell do you paint so many damn miniatures, dude? You paint so many miniatures. This is such an amazing quality. You are a machine. How do you do it, man? You sounded like a Wookiee. Do you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Because yeah, Eddie, I saw you posted up in Chaplin's Discord that you gotten started on yet another miniature, and I'm sat here like, how? Oh, you're a stay-at-home dad. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough, my dude. Sorry, I'm kind of at the stage of these miniatures where there are bits where I might not speak for a few moments just because I'm doing stuff close to the blue. And it's the blue that I really cannot correct. Like, I can correct the black, or the golds, or the leather bits, that's fine. It's just the blue I cannot correct. Oh, actually, Eddie, while I've got you here, mate, what do you recommend as a good edge highlight color for the black bolters? Somebody said to me to get Dawnstone, which I went and picked up today. But I don't know if that's going to be a good enough color or not. Haha. Admin Gray is usually go-to. I like Dawnstone because it's easier to build up. Do you mean, what, Administratum Gray? And another one. Another one. Another one. Yeah, just too lazy to... Oh, dude, don't worry about it. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure we were talking about the same paint. That's all. By all means, abbreviate if you must. I know what it's like. Like, feel free to you guys, if we're talking about paints or stuff that have the big, fancy, gothic names and stuff, by all means, feel free to just, paraphrase it as much as you can to get the point across, and I will just double check. You can just say, yeah, it's that paint, or no, it's the different one. I know what it's like. Oh, I did go out and pick up those, paints you recommended, the, Lothern Blue. I spent like 50 quid on paints today, bud. But I got Lothern Blue. So I'll just quickly run you through. I got a bunch of contrasts as well. I replaced my Black Legion from the one I spilled. I got some Tyron Blue. I got Shish Purple. Frostheart. Imperial Fist. Dark Angels Green. Ball Red. then normal... Oh, sorry. We also got Ultramarines blue. We got Griffhound orange. And then I did get some normal acrylics as well. I got some Flayed One Flesh, Pink Horror, Hoeth blue, Cantor blue, Lothern blue, and Dawnstone. So, picked up a whole bunch more paints today. I do use a lot of contrast paints in my painting, so I wasn't too worried about picking up a bunch of contrasts. I do use a lot of speed paint. Oh, my eyes. My eyes are tired today, guys. Oh, I am really tired. But never mind. We're gonna soldier on, boys. I might start coming out with random weird noises every once in a while, but we're gonna soldier through this. I might have some tism moments. With a little bit of tism comes a little bit of fun. Yeah, right, Alder Zone, just fair. Yeah, fair enough. I pretty much use contrast as a glaze, and that's it now. They're a great tool, especially as you're learning light placement. Yeah, I mean, I will be honest as well, like, a lot of my contrast work that I use it for is exactly what you're just saying, glaze work. You know, like, remember how I got this, result of my armor with the Talisar glaze? I use Talisar blue as my glaze over the top of my dry brushing, just to meld it all together and give it its final hue. Excuse me, I'm burping away. So yeah, I like using it as a glaze. See, I do think contrasts are a good tool to have. For me, it's just about learning how to use them properly, because they don't all behave the same. Alright, let's get these straps on his back. Let's do the vents next. Felt something crawling on me. I still feel it. What the fuck is that? It's probably like the ittiest, bittiest little spider. Xenos. Actually, whilst I was walking into town today, I had a beetle fly and land on my arm, and I was like, the fuck are you doing? Pooh! Flicked him right off. I was like, pooh! Piss off. I am not a taxi service. Cheeky little bastard he was. Just when you look down after getting that sensation that you feel a bug on you, it's like, oh. Oh man, whatever is growing... Wait, what? Oh man, whatever is growing in my airbrush rinse cup is coming up onto the Industrial Revolution. I think I see tiny factories? That's gross, dude. Clean that out, man. That's some Nurgle type shit going on in there. That's disgusting. Oh, I heard back from Chaplin, by the way, guys. He responded to my message this morning. He's fine now. He's feeling much better. He's back at work now, so we'll have our good old Chaplin back to normal soon enough. Which is always good news. Excellent news, yes. He was very unwell over the weekend. Which is why we didn't see him or hear from him, really. Very unwell. But he's feeling much better now. He's back at work, so he's back to his good old self. Hayden saying, right, I'm back. What did I miss? Oh, you haven't missed anything, mate. We're just still working away. You haven't missed a damn thing. Oh, I missed a bit on that vent though, didn't I? Hey, Strand. How was work? You changed your name from Raven, huh? He was the Raven. Now he is the Raven no longer. Yeah, it was okay. Just okay. It's alright. Didn't kill anyone, so you know. There's always that. Why does my phone... Oh, it's just... I'm getting the notifications for Chaplin's Discord on my phone. That's what it is. That's what it is. You don't know that. It's best you don't testify to it either on stream, dude. No, I caught the blue a bit there. I wonder if I can salvage it in time. Yeah. I did. I got it. Nice. So what are you up to this evening, Strand? You going to be hobbying tonight, or what you up to? You may hobby. My phone keeps vibrating. I'm just going to assume that is Chaplin's Discord. And he does have a grenade on his chest, like most of them seem to. Oh, didn't someone tell me to get rid of the chat overlay as well? Somebody told me it kept getting in the way last time, I remember. Eddie saying, why my airbrush no work? Does full breakdown and cleaning. Why still no work? Forgot to turn on compressor. Oh my god! Oh no. That's the worst! Kind of funny though. There's a little grenade like right in there and it's really annoying. That you can really see it, but Strand saying he's done that more than he cares to admit. Yeah. I've not done that yet. Yet being the word there. Why is my phone vibrating constantly? Uh-oh. Oh, no. He's come off his stand. Oh, no. Alright, we'll have to come back to this guy while he dries on his stand again. Yeah, we'll have to come back to him. Keep snapping my dudes off their stands. So yeah, Eddie and Strand, what I was asking earlier on was people's opinions on these infiltrators, right? Because I was playing Space Marine 2 last night, and they are depicted as having black leather on their pouches and stuff. And I wasn't really sure about doing them as black leather, because there's already so much black on this model. But what do you guys think? Put them with black leather or have them with brown leather? How much pressure am I putting on the models that I do that so much? It's just really shit glue, dude. I promise, it's just shit glue. I didn't think I was putting any pressure on the models at all. I thought I was just holding the handle. Evidently, I am wrong. Middle ground, olive drab. Oh, ew, gross. No way. Yucky. Nope. I personally like brown more, but you could always do a mix. Well, what I was thinking of was I was going to take a suggestion. I forgot who it was specifically earlier on. It could have been Alder. It could have been Hayden. I forget who it was specifically. My apologies. But what I might try and do is I know that I'm going to do the Lieutenant and Phobos armor. I'm going to do his patches brown. So what I might try and do is I'll see what he looks like with his brown pouches, and I'll do one of these guys with black pouches, and see what I like. See which one I like more for the Phobos armor. My problem is it's going to be trying to highlight the black leather. Okay, things must be popping off in Chaplin's Discord, because my phone feels like my ex-wife's fucking vibrator constantly going off. Things must be popping. And my music just finished. That's incredibly inconvenient timing. Okay, let me go find some more. There's a couple of conversations going on with the chat me back. Fair enough. Fair enough. Where was I? Here I was. Okay. Just a little bit more around the side on him. Let's try and angle that light a bit better. Right, onto the antennae. Hey, Dracula, what's going on, man? How you doing this evening? You alright, mate? How was your weekend, Drac? You might have overdone it on the banner. Oh, did you put a picture up in the Discord? Did you have not seen it yet? You'd be happy to know I made the base from scratch. There you go. Do you know what? Just to upset Eddie one of these days, I'm just going to order in some bases that are pre-made. Just to upset him. Busy weekend went by real fast. Yeah, man. Weekends do that, don't they? Alright, he's got some grenades here. This guy's got hair. I don't know how I'm going to do his hair. I have no idea. It's like watching my own children grow up. Yeah, one of these streams I'm going to have to get all the bases done for these guys. And that'll be an interesting process. You can see the whole cringe experience of me doing bases. To be honest, I don't know if I can do it all in one stream because the texture paints do take quite a while to dry. So I'm not entirely sure I can do it all on one stream. Have I made you proud, Papa? Brilliant. I want to see this banner now. Whereabouts is it on Chaplin's Discord? There was a bit of floof. There's more floof. Will you get off my miniature? On Mini Flex. I'll go check it out in a minute once I've done this guy. Get a hairdryer to accelerate the drying time. Yeah, especially after spending that money today, dude, I just do not have any cash left. I am El Skinto at the moment. Something I'll get round to, though. I'm assuming I don't need to buy an expensive hairdryer for it. Just any good old hairdryer will do, yeah? There isn't, like, hobbying specific ones or anything that I should be buying? Just normal, generic ones? You just had your best game so far in War Thunder. Oh, yeah. What did you get? 6-0. Fluke, mate. Do it again. Do it again. Are you still flying your German planes? Okay, I went over a little bit on the black, but it's fine. I'd rather go over on the black than on the blue. The black is easy enough to correct. Yeah, you're still doing it. That is never happening again. Never say never, dude. I'm not a particularly good War Thunder player, and yet somehow I end up on top of the leaderboards more often than not. My hairdryer costed like £4. The clerk looked at me funny, though, since I'm bald. Do you know what? If I was bald, right? I would just say to the clerk, "It's not for my hair upstairs, buddy." Just to really freak them out. This pistol is in like the worst angle to try and get all the metal bits. And you can see where I stripped it down, I didn't actually get a good job on a lot of it. On the underneath here. Just pretend to cry and run out saying, "A man could dream." Oh dear. We're all a bunch of drama queens. Okay, any other metal bits on you? I don't know what color that little gizmo's meant to be on his arm. See that little computer in his arm? Alright, I did say I was going to go look at this picture. Let me go have a look. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to bring up a reference picture. Let's have a look. I'm no drama queen, I'm a card-carrying thespian. Shush. Alright, let's have a look, Hayden. Let's have a little look-see. Oh, wow. What the fuck? Wow. That's amazing. Dear God, Hayden. Good job, man. Fuck it. Now. good, man. Right, now I need to get a reference picture up. Skibbity wap bap bow. Infiltrator. Fucking hell, these infiltrators cost £40? What? It's a bit insane. I'm not seeing the guy with the computer. Okay. I'm trying to remember what the name of the combat patrol was called. Okay, so it's mostly blue with a black. Okay, I see. That is not the same computer. Right. Okay, so what I'll do for his computer then, guys, is when I go over the blacks on the pistol that I messed up, I'm going to do the inside of this computer all black, right? Leave the outside blues, because that's what it is on there. I'm going to have the straps black, the same as the other straps that we've got. Oh, that is way out of camera. So because we've got all the strapping and stuff as black, I'll put the black in here and then do all the details. So I'll put like lights on the keyboard and stuff, and then we'll do the glowy, green glowy bit on the screen. I'm not sure how that's going to look. But there's only one way to find out. I hit a new record with that bomber too. 2 kills and critical damage with bombs doing my loops. Okay. Very nice. Yeah, okay. But yeah, that computer is going to be very interesting. 2.5 more to go. But yeah, Hayden, dude, I don't know if you're still here or not, but that was a very good banner, my guy. Very well done. See, this guy's device on his arm is going to be a lot easier, because this is apparently a medical one. So with this one, all I need to do is paint it white, and then do like the medical shite on the end. Which I have no idea how I'm going to pull that off. But I will find a way. Yeah, Hayden, dude, the skin tones on that banner were very well done. I could learn a thing or two about the skin tones off of you, man. Especially when it comes to faces. Still here, and yes, thank you. 3 years in art school paid off. There you go. 3 years in art school, man. Eddie's saying, okay, gotta let my oils dry. Yeah, I've been looking at getting into some oil washes. Something I want to try and experiment with a little bit is oil wash. Does anyone have any advice on how to go about panel lining? Because that's something I want to start doing more with my Marines, is my panel lining. There's just a big smegging hair in my wet palette. Get out. That's what I use them for in Hayden. Now that starts to make sense. There you go. Sometimes I feel, to be good at this hobby, that I need a bloody art degree. Pin washing, oil washing, ink washing, panel lining, literal purpose made product. Yeah, because I saw, who was it? Was it Tamiya that had a panel liner? Specifically, it just says Tamiya panel liner or something. That looked interesting. Ironically, I didn't do well in art school. I'm technically a failed artist. Could have fooled me. Could have fooled me, buddy. Eddie's saying, you're not Australian, right, Hayden? Is he? I don't know. Worse, you're Asian. How's that worse? I like inks for panel lining, but I do recommend trying them all. Y'all need to go back to history class. Why? Why do we need to go back to history class, dude? The Tamiya panel liners really shine with a varnish. No pun intended. Ah, okay, Older. Well, you see, there's this funny mustache dude who got rejected from art school. Oh, dude, yeah. Sorry, Eddie. Like, when I'm focused on my painting and stuff, I am very, very dim. I mean, I'm dim anyway, but more so than often. More so than when I'm not painting. Right, onto the antenna. Yeah, when I stripped these down, I did not do a good job on some of these antennae. It's because I snapped so many of them off when I was stripping these down that I didn't go too hard on the remaining ones. And you can tell because there's a lot of texture left. Never mind. Well, there it goes. He's flying. The antenna will snap off anyways. Yeah, probably. It's fine. I'm not too worried about it. Personally, I think they look better without the antenna. I think the ones on the helmets look cool, but the ones on the power pack, not so much. Right, just got to finish off this bloody antenna. And then I can move on to something else. Nice, done. Yeah, so the medical device on his arm here, this can be painted white and filled in with the other colors, that's fine. See, look, there's a lot of details on these leather bits, so I'm not sure if I want the brown or black. Haven't decided. Problem is with all these guys having so many leather pouches is it's going to take me a long time to do all the leather pouches properly. Because that's a lot of leather pouches these guys have got. Like, these guys are bringing in supplies. Alright, got the straps on his back. Wait, what? Brown, but hit it with Canoptic Armor Gloss afterwards. It'll take it down to a really dark brown hue. I don't have Canoptic Armor Gloss, I'm afraid. At least I don't think so. I'll have to take a look, but I'm pretty sure I don't. Okay, let's have a look and see if I've got that. Is that like a bronzy color? Oh, it's a wash. Oh, if it's a wash, I definitely don't have it. Yeah, if it's a shade one, I definitely don't have it. The shades that I have, including my new Tyron Blue, I have Soulblight Grey, Mortarian Grime, Null Oil, Daruki Violet, Agrax Earthshade, Seraphim Sepia, Athonian Camo Shade. And that's it for my shades. Reichland Flesh Shade. Oh, Fugian Orange. I've got Fugian Orange. I don't have the Canatet one. Do I need to hoard my supply like a goblin? Well, I'll tell you what, I do have like some contrasts. Like I've got Snakebite Leather, and I've got Skeleton Horde, Cygor Brown. Do I have a... Oh, that's Hoplite Gold. Yeah, so I've got a few contrasts that could do the job. Pretty sure all Citadel gloss paints were discontinued. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah. I'll find a way to do it, guys. Don't worry. Not seeing any grenades on this guy. So, on to the bolt gun, I think. That makes you a sad panda. Aww. Yeah, I might look at getting some of that Tamiya panel liner on payday. Hit the black again, but it's fine. Because I would have done my panel lining with Null Oil, but it's so weak now. It's nowhere near as strong and potent of a wash as it used to be, which is a really big shame because I used to love Null Oil. But they've weakened it so much. It's just not the same. It's just not as good as it used to be. If anyone has some copyright-free music they want me to put on, let me know. Biggest downsides of the liner, high gloss and dries out super quick depending on the climate. Super easy application though. Ah. Would I not be better just using like some Black Legion or Black Templar and thinning it down a little bit? Okay, I'm gonna have to hold the model at another weird angle. It's not the consistency you're contending with, it's the viscosity. You need a flow aid in the formula to help carry the product along the recesses. Ah, I see. Yeah, I definitely need to come back with the black on some of these because I messed up on the bolters. I see. I think I have some flow improver around here somewhere. The panel liner really seeks out crevices, while thinned out acrylics, you are doing the work. Ah. I see. Yeah, I'll take a look and get some Tamiya panel liner, I think, then. I just think it would be interesting to add some definition to the blue armor between the panels. You know, just push the paint job that little bit more. It's enamel based though, so it might be a good idea to pick up some spirit. I do have some methylated spirit. Like I said, definitely try all the four. Everyone has that one that clicks for them and they have advantages and disadvantages. Ah, okay. I'll have to take a look at it. I might do some more research on it. My hobbying fund is going to be very tight over the next few months. Like, that £50 I spent today was my hobbying fund for this paycheck and slightly part of next one's. But I'll take a look at some point. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to tidy up this bolter. I've made a right mess of this one. But it's fine. Any other black metal bits, even not black bits, metal bits. Nope. 1.5 more to go, at least for the infiltrators. Oh dear. I think the coil's starting to go on that one. So as usual, I'm just going to start back off on the vents of the power pack and take it from there. So yeah, when I looked at the reference photos for the suppressors, I noticed I did make a big whoopsie, and that was with the guard on the gun. And out of what I mean is, see that big plate on the front end of his gun? That's meant to be blue. So I'll need to go over that and try and get that as blue as I can to match the armor. But that bit's meant to be blue. Did not realize. It doesn't have to be, I guess, but the reference picture, it's blue. Actually amazed that we're getting consistently about 5 viewers every time we do these hobby streams, which is great. I think it's actually kind of amazing that people just want to sit and chill and have a chat while I sit and paint stuff. Which is always fun. I enjoy people hanging out. Also means when I get stuck, I can ask the more experienced painters, I don't know what to do, please help me. Well, I know I'm not exactly the best painter out there. Or anything like that, but, you know, I just like to sit and chill with people. There's probably a lot of the painting that I do that people will look at and cringe and be like, oh my god, what is he doing? He's ruining the plastic! But, you know, it is what it is. I'm airbrushing, so my hands are full, but yeah, it's usually the armor color. Yeah, I'll have to try and replicate the armor color on the panel. Shouldn't be too hard. So what does everyone think now that I've got the pop-up chat disabled? Do people prefer that or having it on? I've never met anyone actually like that. Just a monster we make for ourselves. What do you mean? I'm so lost. I'm so lost in my own head at the moment. What are you talking about? Oh, do you mean about the person saying that you're ruining the miniature? Is that what you mean? Hayden, same. I'm yet to meet one like that, and I will stay as far away from those people. You guys both. Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know, guys. Because I'm still fairly noobish at painting. I'm not going to say I'm new to painting, because I'm not. I've been painting for years, on and off. But my skill has never increased from tabletop ready, because all I used to do was slap paint on willy-nilly. It was thick, it was uneven, the shades would pool all over the damn place, and it was like, paint! Done! And that was it. But I'm still very new to painting properly. Like, if I was to be painting these to my old tabletop standard, I would have done this whole combat patrol in the space of like a few hours. Easily. Easily a few hours. But now, because I'm actually trying to really get those good standards, takes a little bit longer. Okay, my eyes are doing that thing again where they're not focusing. Alder saying, I did not pay much attention to the pop-up chat, to be honest, so either is fine. Oh, fair enough, dude. Fair enough, my guy. Right, now to get the straps on his back. Okay, how many grenades does this dude have? Yeah, he's got a bunch. He's got a bunch, okay. Why did I glue so many grenades to these guys when I was building them? What is wrong with me? Like, when it comes to my Eye of Ultramar combat patrol, I really didn't put that much extra bits on them from the sprues. I put, like, the bare necessities down, and that was about it. It's the bare necessity of Mother Nature's recipe. It's called the bare necessity of life. Eddie's saying, I guess that's kind of my point. There's no properly. I'm entirely self-taught. I just try shit and see what does and doesn't work. If something doesn't do what I want, I'll look into why that is. Yeah, it's similar to my buddy Openstrand. He just goes with the flow and see what works and what doesn't. So let me clarify more. Like, when I say painting properly, in my standard, compared to my old tabletop, I want more miniatures that I can make look like this. Like, if I... Hang on. Dry off my brush. Did I not bring a few of them out? Hang on a sec. I want to give you an example. Okay, this is perfect. This is perfect. So this was from my Dark Vengeance kit all the way back in 4th edition. This was my Dark Angels guy that I painted so damn quickly, right? I painted him so quickly. And as you can see, it is not the best paint job. He was painted very quickly and very sloppy. In my opinion, for my skills, you know, I did not do a good job on this guy at all. On this Dark Angels guy back and forth. Okay? For my own personal standard, I did not give him any effort whatsoever. Or if I was to show you... This was actually the first Space Marine I ever painted. You know that guy you get for free? Well, when I was back in 4th edition, I went in and got my first Space Marine. This is my first ever Space Marine. This was the first guy I ever painted. Right? This was my first Space Marine, and I still have him to this day. This is the sort of thing I'm talking about, right? This is exactly the standard I used to paint at. Now, instead of me painting at my normal tabletop ready standard, like you chuck this guy down on a table, he looks fine. You're like, oh, there's a Marine there. And he's got green on him. You'd be like, that's a Dark Angel. He's got red on him. That's a Blood Angel. You know, and you'd be like, yeah, tabletop perspective, these guys are fine. You look at them and be like, that's a Space Marine over there. But if you pick up and look at them, I want to paint to my standard, which I think is my proper standard, what they should be, with a bit of effort and time. And since this is the best mini I've ever painted, I'd rather paint more to this standard than those ones. Just to clarify what I mean by properly painting. You know what I mean? So instead of my... I'm just going to drop them on the table. That's going to be good for them. So instead of this... You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say as an example, guys. Just because I knew I could have done so much better if I really applied myself back then. And I love the new sizes for Space Marines. Like, if you just do a size comparison of Space Marines now... Love the difference in size. Anyways, enough with my rant. That's what I was getting on at. My own personal standard of me painting properly. Where was I? Grenades. Oh, there's like, gotcha. Yeah, well. It's just my own opinion. I knew I could have done better. If I really pushed myself, I could have done far better than what I used to do back then, which is why I seem to be doing a lot better now. But I'm not going to make the mistake of trying to compare myself to like these golden goblin guys or these professional painters and all the rest of it. Just like, hey, I like my new work. I like what I've done. You know, sure, it's not winning any tournaments, but, you know, I like my new work and I'm very proud of my new work. Like, even back in the day, I was not proud of those Space Marines back then. I was not proud. I was like, there you go, they're painted, I can put them on the table. Because Games Workshop used to have a stupid rule back in the day when I was playing 4th. If your miniatures were not painted, you were not allowed to play with them. You could not play with unpainted models. So, I took the piss, I slapped a bunch of paint on, I was like, there you go, they're painted. And then I got to play the game. I think I was pretty much the same as a kid. Took me years to realize that you're supposed to thin your paints. Oh my god, yeah. I didn't realize that until I started painting properly this time around. I had no idea that you were supposed to thin them. I thought they were just supposed to be painted right out the tub. Shows you how much I knew. Okay, where else has he got grenades? I think I did all his grenades. I think I'm on the bolt gun now. I've missed a strap on this guy on the back here. Whoops. It's fine. I need to go over the blacks on those other guys with the bolt guns anyway. So when I do the blacks, I've just got to remember to do the strap on this guy. Ah, thinking your paints. I add construct to mine. Cornstarch to yours. Lol. Yeah. I didn't realize you were meant to thin them until, obviously, this time around in my hobbying experience of painting. I don't know what inspired me to try and do a better job, if I'm perfectly honest. I don't know what it was about my approach to hobbying that made me turn around and go, I really need to try and push my skill. Really try and do a good job of it. I don't know what it was. I think maybe it was a mixture of things. like locally attending my my games workshop, and they've got this cabinet with some really good models in there and stuff, some display pieces, like being able to do work similar to some of the stuff in their cabinet, and then playing Space Marine 2 was obviously the big spark for me to do this specific armor color the way I've done my blue. I don't know, I think it was just a whole bunch of things, really, that made me want to just do a better job than I'd done in the past. Like, don't get me wrong, guys. I am never going to be one of these guys that will win a Golden Demon, because I don't really want to. I'd rather just paint to have fun, and be able to look back at my work and go, yep, I did that. I don't want to win any painting competitions. Well, I don't mind having, like, a friendly competition. Remember, like, what Chaplin was saying? About maybe doing, like, a friendly painting competition. I don't mind participating in friendly competitions. Or stuff like that, I don't mind. But I'm not in this hobby to compete. I'm here to have fun, paint some little toy soldiers, and talk shit with the guys, or girls, whoever they may be. Because I am very well aware that women do this hobby too. Oh, mate, imagine having a girlfriend that you could do this hobby with. That'd be great. When I was married, my wife, let's just say she was definitely not interested in painting soldiers. I took her to the workshop, I showed her around, and I was like, are there any of these that look any interesting to you that you might want to sit down and, you know, enjoy and all the rest of it? And let's just say she was not particularly interested. So if you men out there have boyfriends or girlfriends or partners or whoever it is that you're with that enjoys the hobby as well, you are lucky people. There's no way I'm getting all of the inside of that bolter, I'm afraid. There's absolutely no chance. So I'm just gonna quickly go over what I can get to. And the thing is, I'm not all about being politically correct either. Like, just assume if I say your other half or your missus or something, just assume if you do have a male partner, that I'm talking about your male partner as well. Because I'm not going to go out of my way to be all politically correct. I know people who thin their paints, and they're all cowards. Took a lot longer to do that part of the bolt gun than I thought it would, but never mind. Never mind. Moving swiftly onward. Oh, do you know what I forgot to add to my Amazon basket for hobbying stuff? Because I'll just have things sitting in my basket ready to go for when I finally have the funds to do it, right? Wood glue. I forgot to get wood glue. Oh, painting my bloody handle. Yeah, because I found that the PVA stuff is just not strong enough for my basing. So somebody said to me wood glue was really good. So how did everyone else find Chaplin? Because I know we're all kind of from Chaplin's lot. For me, I was just browsing on YouTube while playing a video game, looking for painting tutorials and stuff, and his stream popped up, and I was just like, oh, gonna sit and watch this for a bit. I was actually in his stream for a good hour or so before I actually participated in the chat. Because sometimes I'll watch a live stream, but I won't participate in the chat. Either because I'm playing a game, or I just simply don't want to. Be aware wood glue expands as it dries. Oh. Oh, I don't want that. Would you recommend anything else, Eddie? Because I don't want that. That sounds awful. But strong enough, do you mean basing flakes off? Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. You know, a lot of the basing, not just some, a lot of it flakes off. Like, if I show you my, he's a horrible example because I didn't actually do it with this guy. And I actually didn't finish adding grass tufts to him, but I had a lot on my other models, like grit and bits and bobs to really bring up the texture of the bases, and most of it came off. Zardikar! What's up, dude? How you doing? Greetings, brother. Can't see this because of the light. I need to try and get some metal in those parts back there. You might not be able to see it on the camera, guys, because I'm really trying to get into the nooks and crannies back here without hitting the blue armor. Far more difficult on myself than I have to, I guess. Black's done. Black's metal's done, even. Hang on. Yeah. Alright. This is the guy that snapped off the base before. Let's get him done. La 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 la. Eddie's saying, pretty sure it was a reaction vid, but I don't actually remember. Although YouTube keeps recommending me bricky reactions. Fair enough. Sand your base and hit it with a gloss coat before PVA. Wait, what? A gloss coat of what, bud? Like a varnish? Although just a coat of paint is usually enough for me. Huh. You can seal it off with a mix of PVA and water. That might be worth a shot. Yeah, because I just had the worst experience of all my bits coming off when I don't want them to. Can't believe it's 20 to 10 already. Time flies when you're doing hobbying. Let's see. Hayden, I saw his reaction video pop up on my YouTube homepage, and I thought I'd play something while I paint. Yeah, seal it even. Yeah. I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. A varnish. Sounds like the family awoke from their naps. No worries, buddy. You crack on. And now my hand is starting to shake again. Oh, bugger. Why is it doing this to me? Get some more moisture on my brush, because why not? Oh, missed that part. There you go. Yeah, just mix PVA and water until it's basically milk, runny, but white. Huh. And then apply that over like the sanding bits, yeah? Just to lock it all down. I might have to do that. I tend to make bases separately, so I glue them to the base, then prime it. It's pretty solid. Huh. Oh yeah, like, these are not the final bases, guys. These are not the final bases for these dudes. These are on my temporary bases. Just so I can hold them in my holder like this while I'm painting them. I'll be making their bases separately for sure. I'll go through a whole process with mine. And I'll do it on camera as well. I was considering doing my basing off camera, but I might as well do it on camera. Now, by all means, it is not going to be today, considering the time we're on. I don't even think I'm going to have time to get around to the golds tonight, if I'm perfectly honest. The golds might have to be tomorrow. Because I still need to make dinner. Don't actually know what I'm going to have for my dinner. I might just have scrambled eggs. make your bases. Actually, just to upset you, dude, I'm not gonna do my bases. I'm gonna buy some pre-made ones. No, I'm just kidding. No, I quite enjoy making my bases. Sometimes they work out really well, and I get the exact desired effect. Sometimes I don't. Oh, that was way too much. It's fine. Just... I have to tidy up with the black. It's fine. Yeah, my hand twitched right at the end, and I was like, oh. My sisters are on pre-mades. I still... You still made them shifts? Oh, did you make them... Wait, what? You still made them what? You think static grass and all them bits apply themselves? Oh, like... You made them like grass tufts and stuff, is that what you're saying? I'll tell you what, though, I do need to get some more grass tufts, because the ones I want are like the dying but not dead kind of color, you know, for my grass tufts. No, I need to go back and check how many of the pistols I missed to do. Didn't do him. Yeah, I took the pre-made Sector Imperialis and made him overgrown. Oh, that's cool. Do you know what? No one's ever going to look that hard to see his pistol. Did that one. He didn't have one. You're never going to see that one. He's got his in his hand. Done that one. He's got his in his hand. Did not do that one. Well, lads, gonna call it a night. I have work tomorrow, and plastic crack addiction ain't gonna pay for itself. Lol, thanks for the stream. Bye. Good night. All right, hey, no worries, my dude. Thank you very much for hanging out, man. You have a good shift tomorrow, and I will see you on the next one. All right. Got a little bit of metal where it shouldn't have been, but that's fine. Managed to get that off nice and quick. Okay, that is all the metals done, apart from the Primaris Lieutenant, the 3 snipers, and the 3 suppressors. But those guys I am not doing tonight. I will do them tomorrow, either on or off camera. I'm not sure. Right, he does have a pistol. Just gonna do the metals for this lieutenant, and then I'm going to call it a night myself, lads. How long have we been streaming for? A good 3 hours, yeah. It's not a bad little session, is it? I would go for longer, but I still need to eat today. So I'm going to bugger off and do that once I've done this. Made a mistake. Thankfully, it's very quick to tidy up. What's everyone else having for dinner tonight? I'm having scrambled eggs, I think. I'm going to do that bit gold. I need to try and get his straps in the back here. Oh, by the way, Eddie, what do you use to paint, to shade your metals? Beef and rice. Oh, sounds good. Sounds so tasty. Chicken, rice, broccoli. Everyone's having rice tonight. And I'm sat here having fucking eggs. I do love this model, though. This is a great model. The Lieutenant. Depends what look I want. Either oils or weathering powders. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into some oil washes. They sound very interesting. But yeah, that's something I'm going to research a little bit before my next stream, is the panel liners. Or how to panel line without a dedicated panel liner, you know, product. Because hopefully these Marines will be done before the next time I get money. Now, because he's a character, I'm gonna go the extra mile. This guy. And do all the little metal rivets. And there's also another part of the power plant that is metal, which is these bits. Crazy that they never released it separately. Yeah. It's just oil, paints, and white spirits. But yeah, I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna look into panel liners and stuff. And make a decision tonight while I'm sat eating my food. On how I want to approach it. Just because I think it would add some extra depth. To the armor. I'm not going to do it on all of my Marines. Because, no, that would take too long. I'll do it on the important ones like the sergeants, the officers, the characters, that sort of thing. But I'm not doing it on all the guys. Yeah, wearing my glasses, my eyes are nowhere near as tired now. So that's always a good thing. I've kind of run out of things to say, to be honest. I'm just sat here painting now. After my dinner, though, I'm probably going to end up jumping on some Space Marine 2 again. I decided to start the story over and play the story again. You know, because it is a really good campaign. I don't know which one I prefer, though. Space Marine 2's campaign or the first one, because I remember the first one just being so good back on my Xbox 360 days. I had so much fun on the first one. Different time, though, wouldn't it? Right, I'm gonna have to clean that up as quickly as I can. Got a bit on the armor. There we go, sorted. What's everyone else's opinion? Did anyone else play the first Space Marine game? I forget what the orc war boss's name was. He was fun, though. Get off my ship, Space Marine! I'd just be stood there as Captain Titus, like, no. It's my ship. Eddie's saying 1, story more fun, 2, better written story. And then, of course, Leandros, the whiny little bitch Leandros. How the bloody hell they made him a chaplain, I'll never know. Couldn't believe it when I saw that Leandros was the chaplain. Okay, just need that little bit more lead belcher, and I don't want to have to get a new dollop out, so I'm gonna see if I can salvage any off this big pile. Just for that bit. Nope. Okay. Alright. So I'm not actually going to be doing his blade as a steel color. There's an experiment I want to try and do on his blade. And I'm going to experiment with it off camera so I don't make a boob of myself. But yeah, there's something I want to do slightly different with these blades. And if it works, I'm going to be going to my Blade Guard veterans that I finished. And doing the same thing to them. But that is the metal done on all the infiltrators and the lieutenant in Phobos armor. I have the metals for 3 suppressors to go and 3 schnoitlers to go. Once all the metal bits are done, I will then go over with the golds and do all the other base colors. But ladies and gents, that's me for tonight. I have other things to do. I have to do some adulting and all the rest of it to do, so I appreciate everyone hanging out. We had Olerzone, we had Eddie, we had Hayden, we had Zardakar, Logan, we had Strand, and I'm sure we had others that I'm probably missing, and I apologize if I am missing. We had Dracula. I think that's the main contenders. If I'm missing anyone else, I do apologize, but thank you very much for hanging out tonight, guys. I'm going to be back again tomorrow at some point in the afternoon to carry on the work. Until then, bye-bye for now.
In the spotlight, they rise to fame. Finest fellas, remember the name. Guitars blazing, they rock the scene. Streaming glory, living the dream. Charging up, can't bring us down. In the chaos, we're owning this town. Raise the horns, it's showtime now. Finest fellas will take the bow. But metal hearts will never yield. In the virtual arena, we own the field. We own the field. People tune in, watching the fight. Their energy streams igniting the night. With every riff, the crowd goes wild. Finest fellas, forever a child. With sweat on our brows, we won't back off. Together we rise, we'll never stop. Raise the horns, it's showtime now. Finest fellas will take the bow. With metal hearts, we'll never yield. In the virtual arena, we own the field. We own the field. In this realm, we reign supreme. Finest fellas, living the dream.